Rob, with the immediate active shooter situation passed, tonight Madison, Wisconsin police and federal law enforcement focus on the question, who was the shooter, which will help define why it happened and what could be learned to prevent the next school attack.
Got a call coming in at Abundant Life Christian Church, 4901 for Engine 5 and Medic 5 for a shooter.
When the calls for help came in and police were deployed, nobody was expecting to find a female shooter here. Nearly all mass shootings the past 40 years have been carried out by boys or men. Her 9mm pistol was in line with what is used in a majority of mass shootings, about twice as often as rifles or shotguns. While the shooter, who died by suicide, hasn't been named, tonight authorities say her family has been cooperative with investigators.
We have initiated a search, but we think that search is either ongoing now or that search may be concluded.
The law enforcement search of her home is aimed at collecting computers and other personal electronics that will help establish the shooter's so-called digital fingerprints. Investigators also need to rule out whether the teenager had help in pulling off the 11 a.m. attack or even just provided information to friends or family about a plan for violence.
We do not know that the shooter had any prior contact with law enforcement. We're not going to interrogate students. We're going to give them an opportunity to come in and speak to what they may have saw when they feel ready.
Not only is the fast response by police to an active shooter call now an accepted and expected tactic, there is also a police template for post-mass shooting investigations.
Why did this happen? What do we know? What was the motivation? I do not know. But I will tell you this, our detectives are working hard in the investigative process to find out as many answers as we can so that we can further prevent these things from happening, not only in this community, but in other communities around our country.
It won't be long until we know the identity of the teenage shooter. The police chief in Madison just saying investigators expect to provide details of her name and background at their briefing coming up at 8:30 tonight. Of course, we'll have that coming up at 10.
Yeah, meanwhile, another tragic cycle continues here with another community in mourning, Chuck. Yep. Thanks.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.